the height of the space age in the 1960s, legend has it that NASA scientists realized that the existing ballpoint pens could no longer function in space. They needed to figure out another way for the astronauts to write things down. So they spent years and millions of taxpayers' dollars to develop a pen that could put ink to paper without gravity. On the contrary, their Soviet counterparts simply handed their cosmonauts a pencil. This tale, with its message of simplicity and thrift, not to mention a failure of common sense, floats around the internet, hopping from inbox to inbox and surfaced several times since the 1960s. But alas, it is a myth. Originally, NASA astronauts, just like the Soviet cosmonauts, used pencils, according to some NASA historians. In fact, NASA ordered 34 mechanical pencils from Houston's Tycam Engineering Manufacturing in 1965. NASA paid about $130 per pencil, but when these prices became public, there was an outcry, and NASA scrambled to find something cheaper for astronauts to use. Pencils may not have been the best choice anyway. The tips flaked and broke off, drifting in microgravity where they could potentially harm an astronaut or equipment. And pencils are flammable, a quality NASA wanted to avoid in onboard objects after the Apollo 1 fire. Following the years, Paul C. Fisher and his company, the Fisher Pen Company, reportedly invested $1 million to create what is now commonly known as the space pen. Since the late 1960s, American astronauts and Russian cosmonauts have used Fisher's pens. In fact, Fisher has created a whole line of space pens. A newer pen called the Shuttle pen was used on NASA's space shuttles and on the Russian space station Mir. Today, when all writing in space is intended for permanent record, it is done electronically. The laptops used need customization for space use, such as radiation, heat, and fire resistance. One such laptop used in space is a modified variant of the Lenovo IdeaPad.